Okay, so today in Colette's Kitchen we're going to be doing some banana fritters. Of course, I'm not going to be using all of the banana, um, but it's best you use overripe bananas. I'm going to use a little baking flour instead of your regular counter flour. Sugar, I have my salt here, and an egg. So this is our ingredients for this banana fritters today. So I will take you through the steps. So let's go. Okay, so here we have our bananas peeled. It all depends on the amount of fritters you want. So I have about 6 bananas here. I had some overripe ones, so I want to get those out of the way. It's best to use those, they're softer. So you get your bananas peeled. You can use also, all of this is going to be left up to your discretion, the amount of sugar you want, how sweet you want your fritters to be. So this is about maybe a cup of sugar. You could use a cup of sugar or less, depending if you're diabetic. You don't want to use a lot of sugar. You can use about a cup of sugar. And I'm going to now get my hand mixer and whip this all together. Alright, so I just using my hand mixer to get these pureed along with the sugar. Just feed a little. So of course everything is not going to be smooth, but you want to get out as much of the banana as possible. So this is just the banana being mixed with the sugar. Alright, so as you can see, it's mostly mixed out. We still have a little bit of lumps, but it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But for persons who don't have a hand mixer, you can go ahead, smush your banana with a fork and throw in your sugar in it and still go ahead and mix it up together if you don't have a hand mixer. So what we're going to do now is to add our flour. Now this also you want to use your discretion, because you don't want to add too much flour and then it come out like tot up on you understand? So I'm using baking flour. Why baking flour? It's a little bit lighter than the counter flour, and I want my fritters to be light and fluffy. So this is about half cup. I'm going to mix this up together and then see how stiff it is. About half cup of flour. Remember, I use 6 ripe bananas. So I'm using about half cup of flour. So remember, the thing with flour, you don't want to mix it too much. The more you mix it, the more gluten build up, the more stiff it becomes. Alright, so let's look. A little bit thick. I don't want it that thick. No, this is where my egg comes in. So to get your banana fritters nice and fluffy, you just pop 1 egg, no more than an egg, just 1 egg, to give it that nice fluff, melt in your mouth kind of taste. See, it's a little bit more runnier. And then now, what I'm going to do is literally a pinch of salt. Literally a pinch, and I need no more than that. A pinch of salt, no half, no tablespoon, no teaspoon, just a pinch of salt, and you're good. So let's head over to the fire now. Alright, so we have our pot here. We just pour the oil in it. We're going to allow it to come to heat up properly. You won't want to put only big jolly oil in it. We want enough oil so it fries properly and float on top. So we're waiting on the pot to get hot. Alright, so our pot is hot enough. I am going to be using one of my little shine spoon to drop them. No, you drop them the way you want, drop them as big as you want them. I like mine small. You can use a ladle if you want. That's the one that you use for your soup spoon. And you try not to crowd your pot with it. Make sure you not crowd the pot. You have enough space to flip them when the time comes. Okay, so as you can see, they're browning nicely, and as I tell you, them fair swim. But I use a big jar of oil to stick to your pot. You want to ensure that you have a nice pot. So you see how that nice and brown? That's what we're looking for. So ensure that your pot, a sensible pot, we are going to get nice golden banana fritters, right? I'm using my egg lifter to turn them. Right now the cameraman answer my progress, you understand? But there we go, looking lovely. Okay, so you're not going to put your flame too high, maybe halfway, middle. So when you want to test if it's done, how am I going to know if it's done? You can just squeeze down on them a little bit, and if you don't see any wet mixture coming out back at you, it's safe to say they're done. So we're going to now take these out. I have here my plate with a napkin in it, just to soak up some of the extra oil that might be left. So you don't want them to burn either. Although sometimes when them burn, them taste nice, you understand, to get that extra crunch. But if you're not looking for that extra crunch, you're going to want to ensure that you take them out in a timely manner. How you know if it done? Just press on it. So we're going to just continue with this process until they're all done. So we're putting in our next set. My pot is not as big, so I drop in no more than 4 of them. I want to ensure that I have the space to flip them. And remember, you don't want your flame too high because you don't want them to burn and not soak properly. And here we have our finished product, or banana fritters. You can have them for breakfast as a snack. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to share, like, subscribe, and as they say, tell a friend, and a friend tell a friend. So continue to stay tuned to Colette's Kitchen, where we just cook up a bag of goodness.